Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Angelika's Journal. I had a comment on my video, the Dollarama haul, about how I incorporate napkins into my journal. It came from Court 4362. Thank you, Court. I appreciate that. I'm taking it Court is short for Courtney. That's a question. All right. So, by reading that comment, I got the idea of, how I'm making these little mini journals. It gave me the idea of doing napkin on the inside because the inside's white. So, and every pack of mini journals, I try and think of something else to do different from the previous packs. So, reading that comment, I thought, oh, wait a minute. I could do napkins on these mini journals. Wouldn't that look pretty? You open it up and then you glue the napkin on, and then so not only do you have your cover, but the inside would be pretty also. So we're going to do that. And my color themes, and as you know, I start off with a theme of some sort, but then as I'm decorating it and filling it, I end up using anything and everything, right? So my colors for these journals are yellow, pink, purple, and mint green. So I picked napkins from my large collection of napkins. This is going to be the yellow because there's yellow and pink and brown. So, but there is yellow. And then this will be my purple. And this will be my pink. And as for mint green, it's hard to find anything with mint green, but I do have this one, and the background is the mint green. So I'm going to include a bird. If it's big enough, I'll include some flowers. It all depends on the size, right? So I might only get a little bit of the flower, and then it'll come to like this. But the bird's upside down that way, so I have to figure out, oh, here. So then the bird would be on the inside cover. I might cut off a bit of his wing just so I can get this. Oh, there's another bird there. Oh, wait a minute. There's a bird and a flower there. So maybe I'll get this one, and then I'll have the bird sitting on the branch. Now there's a bit of a flower there, plus I'll get some flowers here. I think that would look pretty, because this flower is not that, like, I don't know. It would go up to here. So you would end up getting his tail. I think I like this upper part. And it's a quiet bird, just sitting calm. It's not flying, and his beak is open. Maybe he's squawking, like he has an issue. I don't know. But, and then this would still have some of the mint green, which is what I'm looking for, right? So I think I would cut it here, measure it, and then cut on the bottom. But anyway, so I'm not going to do all of them on camera because of the process involved. But I will do the first one, the yellow one, with you guys. And then the others I will do on my own time. Now, first what we'll do is prep the napkin. And what we do is we take a small piece, about 1 inch of Scotch tape. And then you just go like this. And it separates the layers. Now don't throw these layers away, because if you're going to do faux leather, you need some tissue paper for it. I mean, some napkin. And you can use this. All right, a lot of napkins are 2 layers. And the way to check is by doing this with the tape again and see if there is another layer. And sure enough, this one has another layer. Now, from what I hear, it could be anything from 1 to 3 layers. But you do want to take them all off. And yeah, it's going to rip the corner, but that's fine. Now, I'm sure there's other things you can do with the napkin, but the only thing I've come across so far is the faux leather covers. And I do have a video on my playlist on that. So this goes, I'll put it on my bed for now. It goes, I have a file for all the white ones. All right, so the Scotch tape I no longer need. We now have our napkin, and we have to figure out which part I'm going to use. There's the most yellow here, so I think I'm going to go like this and get as much of the yellow as I can. Something to that effect. And then all I do, and this is how I choose to do it. I'm going to cut it, but a lot bigger than what I need, just in case it gives me a little bit of wiggle room. Now, if you wanted to, you could Mod Podge it down and then cut off the extra. That way you would have more, but I'm fine with this. And I have a file folder for all these scraps. If I can remember where I put it. I have so much clutter around me. It can't be far. I just had it earlier. Oh, I think I put it back in the drawer. See, I put things away and then I look for it and I can't find it. Well, I wonder why. All right, so scissors are done. So now we have this, and we have the napkin ready to be attached. Actually, maybe I want to do it this way. No, these flowers kind of look like they're upside down. There, I think just like that is fine. You got yellow here, yellow, yellow, and yellow. And by the fold, this is what's going to be on the front cover. And this will be on the back cover. Okay, so now we got to prepare our surface. Now we have a whole roll of this disposable cutting mat. You use it to cut your food, and then you can just throw it away. Let me just move this out of the way. And I'm going to do it right about here. Let's see how the camera is. Okay, well, maybe we'll just push it in a little bit there. All right. So now you need masking tape. I use painter's tape. You can get the wide one. I'm going to use the narrow one because that should be just fine. And this is just to protect my cutting mat. And you can put as much tape or as little tape as you want. You just basically want to keep the mat in place, right? So you can just do the corners. You can tape all along. It's up to you. And you can tell this cutting mat wasn't cut straight, but this cutting board, that's what they call it on the box. There we go. And just for good measure, I'm going to do a piece in the front here. There we go. And so masking tape done. Now hopefully it attaches, yeah, it attaches pretty good to the mat. See, I'm just pushing it to see if this is, the tape's coming off, and it's not. It's holding pretty good. All right, so then next you need, so we need a brush, a small brush. This one's kind of long. I was thinking of taking one of the shorter ones, but this one has more flexibility. So I'm going to stick to this one. It might be too big. It's not big. Like it's not even, I guess it would be called a 1 inch. Oh, it is right on there. It's marked 1 inch. It's a 1 inch. But really you don't need it to be that long. But whatever. And then you need a washable container with water. And that's because the brush, you don't want the Mod Podge to dry on the brush. So I put it in water. And then I have paper towels and baby wipes to my left. Under this desk, there's a basket and it's in there. So that I can clean it in between should I need to. And then this is the Mod Podge from the last time I worked with Mod Podge. I like to have a tight sealing. It has a rubber gasket, a tight sealing container to prevent it from getting thick and lumpy and all that. So this one, I think I got this from the dollar store years ago. And yeah, it can get a little messy. So I have my full jar here, and I'm going to add to it. Now this little jar is about 1.5 inches, 1 3/4 inch diameter, so it's not very big. And I think it's about 2 inches tall. Okay, I lie. 2 3/4. Almost 3 inches. So it's not a very big jar, but that's like, you don't even need that whole jar. Oh, wait a minute. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. My Mod Podge is glued shut. Ugh. Oh my God. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get my mat. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I have one of these, I have a magnet that goes on it and it holds it on the fridge. This is just a rubber thing. And when you can't open a jar, it's the grooves that hurt your hand. So you can't force as much. So I just put this thing on and twist, but it did glue down. Like Mod Podge is a glue, right? So maybe I should clean that up a bit with some paper towel. Whoops. I didn't take the basket all the way out and it ripped the paper towel. But I'm going to, ew, look at the mess. Like this stuff can get messy. There's another string in there. Come on, I don't want you in my jar. I need to take all this slimy stuff out. All right, I think I got it all. It looks better. See on here, you can see it glued itself shut. So lesson learned. Maybe next time I should wipe it with a baby wipe before I close it, so that the next time I go to open it, it's not gonna stick like that. Like it was glued shut. So, as a lot of you know, I'm pretty new at a lot of this stuff. So, learn from my mistakes. I'm just trying to clean that part. Oh, a lot of dried up on my desk. All right. Now the lid, I've been cleaning it. All the pieces are out. I think it's good to be sealed again. And this, I think I got it all out of the grooves. Oh, another piece. See right there? There's another piece dried up Mod Podge. So we want to clean this. All right, hopefully that's clean enough. All right, see, when you do a project, not necessarily it's going to be an easy one. Anyway, so we're going to pour this in. And I'm only filling it about halfway. Oh, I need another baby wipe. The other one I have to throw away because it had all the dried up Mod Podge on it. There we go. Clean it up. And close it back up. There we go. I'm going to need another jar. Okay, now, if you remember, see, I remembered to bring out most stuff, but there are certain things I forgot. I did not think of it. Oh, wait a minute. It's right here. You remember I went to Dollarama and I got these popsicle sticks, craft sticks they call it. Well, I need one of them now. Good thing I bought them, otherwise I'd have to use a kitchen knife and then clean it right away. But there we go. Smells weird. Anyways, so I'm going to mix the old and the new together. Because there was some still in here, right? And when I tried to shake the jar, it didn't really move much. So there, it's all mixed up. Ooh, kind of lumpy too. Well, that's in the garbage. All right, so now we got our Mod Podge, our brush, and our water. We don't want that to get on the stuff. Okay, I got to move this to the side. I don't know if it's going to be still in the picture. I need room for my brush. There we go. And I need another baby wipe again. Clean my finger off. And what I do with my baby wipes, if they're still reusable, like they're still usable, I hang it on the side of my garbage can. And then I have a spray bottle of water and vinegar. And then a few drops of dish soap. You can see the bubbles. That's just the dish soap. So if my baby wipe is dry, I can spritz this on my mat or whatever surface. And then I can go with the baby wipe to wipe it. So this is to rejuvenate the baby wipe, or if it's something stubborn. All right, so now we got our book cover. Let me sit proper because I'm on the edge of my seat. Oh, I hate this shelf underneath. Oh, one of these days. All right, so we're going to take this and we're going to put some Mod Podge on it. And you're just going to spread it out. Make sure you get the whole one side. I'm only going to do one side at a time. So that's nice and wet. And so now I got to try and eyeball it. I think that's it. And then you're going to put another layer on top. You don't need much, just enough to soak through and make it become one with the card. All right, then on this side, I need some Mod Podge. Just be careful it doesn't slide around too much, because you don't want what gets on the mat to go on the other side of this card, right? Because the other side is the cover. All right, so now we're going to just, with our hands, because the Mod Podge, there's a lot on. See, I'm moving around here. Hold on, where's my baby wipe? All right. So now I'm going to turn it around. I need paper towel because it was a hair that came off of the brush. And because the hair came off the brush, I put it in the water because I don't want that hair in my work. And because I put it in the water, I now have to dry it and get that hair out. Hopefully I got the hair out. All right, we're going to dip it in the Mod Podge again. And we're going to, and this is basically to smooth it over. And you know, it's kind of nice having this extra paper, because I can hold on to it as I'm putting the Mod Podge on, right? See, as I'm putting it on, I'm able to hold here on the tissue paper. Yeah, it's kind of ripping on this side a little bit, but that's okay. And you just got to make sure that you got all the edges. That's the most, see, I barely have anything on the brush. You don't need much on the brush, but you do want to make sure, whoops, I got too much on the brush, that you get all the edges, because you don't want it coming up, right? And there, that's it. That's the whole application. And so now we need, oh, I should have cut another piece, because now I need somewhere to lay it down. Actually, I have a face cloth hanging on my door. I always keep a hand towel and face cloth hanging on my door, just in case I need a quick cleanup of something. So now this is going to go on the side to dry. And I'm going to do the next one. So I will stop the video, but I will come back once it's dried to show you. All right, I'll see you, I don't know, maybe an hour or so. I was just doing some more like the other ones that I was going to do. And then I was thinking, on the first one, had applied the Mod Podge, put this down and applied another layer. But this tissue, the napkin, is really, really thin. So I'm wondering, when I did the 2 layers, I even ironed it with parchment paper on top and then iron it, because I was doing the faux leather mini books. So you know what, on this one, and I can always just put another layer of Mod Podge, but on this one, let's try. Now, the reason why I'm showing you is because you see which pattern I'm using for this one. And I'm just going to apply the Mod Podge over top. And then when they both dry, we're going to compare and see what the difference is. Because with this napkin, it is very thin. And so you don't have much time to work with it. It also, this way it seems to be shifting more. So I'm not going to have, I was just thinking it might be easier doing it this way because then you only have to do one layer. But it seems to be that you're going to get crinkles in it. See, right here, there's a crinkle because it has nothing to attach to. And here too, I now have crinkles. So I don't think I'm going to do this on the other ones, unless you want the crinkle look. But I wasn't wanting the crinkle look. And I don't even know if it's going to stay attached. It is pretty thin, so I thought it would, but you know what? I don't think so. Because napkins are supposed to be absorbent, right? So it should, but you see here, it's not going into the fold. And then I'm holding it down. It's a lot harder to work with. Take my word for it. The other way, I don't know, at least for me, the other way is better. Because you're gluing it down with the Mod Podge, and then you're putting on another layer to finish the look. Anyways, I'm going to put this one on the mat. I have the tray for, I do my plant pots on. It's a tray from a dog kennel. I kept the tray. So I use it to repot my plants on, but I also use it as a drying space for my craft stuff. See, even here, it doesn't look like it's attaching. See, and then I have a crinkle there. I really don't like this method. I guess the truth will come out once it's dry. Like, I really don't like this. See, even over here, it's not sticking down. I'm having to use my finger to get it to stick. I don't know about this. So you're learning with me, right? As you know, I've only been at this part-time, not even full-time, for, what, over a year now? But it's just been part-time. See, I don't like this. This right here. Anyways, I better stop playing with it, or it's just going to get worse. Yeah. So I'm going to let it dry. And then we'll compare the first one with this one, the second one. And the next two, I'm going to do like I did the first one. And then once it's dry, I'll come back and we'll compare them. Hey, everybody. I have to apologize. Up till now, the video of me Mod Podging the tissue paper. No, don't do it. Take it as a do not do this. Silly me. It's been a year. I don't know the date. Oh, it's a September 9th, 2024. So it was almost a year ago I did the first video of Mod Podging napkins to something. And it was not the way I did just before this part. So I decided, because I was thinking of maybe not even doing that and just start the whole video over. But you know, we're all learning. We all make mistakes. We're only human. So I decided to leave that part in, to show the mess, the struggle with the wrinkling and all that. And I found another card that I had planned to do in the future. This one, which is actually a card after these are done. I have another group, and that's these. And I Mod Podged it. It's not quite dry yet. This part's dry, but that's not. So we're going to go back and do it properly, just like I had done last September. All right? So I apologize again, but from here moving forward, I'm going to do it the proper way. And we're going to see if ironing will fix the boo-boos on that one. Hopefully. Otherwise, those cards might end up being scrap, and I'll have to cut. Hopefully, I think I have another sheet of that card, the pattern, and then we'll have to start over and do it this way, not that way, this way. Anyways, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Now, like I said, I made a boo-boo. I went back looking for the old video that I had told Court 4362. I had mentioned it was video 2024-58, I believe I said. And so I went back to look at it because I don't remember that tissue paper being so difficult to apply. Like, I actually enjoyed it. And I didn't understand why. So I went back to look at the video, and now I understand. It's a longer process, but not that messy. All right. So I found my little applicator. Oops, I made it wet. I found my little applicator. This is the one where the rubber came off. I had squeezed it. You can see from the pliers the mark. All right, so what you're supposed to do. Now this works better with than a brush, only because you don't have to worry about those little hairs that come out. This is just silicone. And yeah. So I poured all my Mod Podge in here. That's the last of it. I have to buy some more. So all you do is you take it, and look how easy it is to spread. I don't know. I guess a spatula might work. The only thing is a spatula is silicone. Well, mind you, this is silicone too. So maybe you can try if you really want to do this. But you just put an even layer of Mod Podge. The example one I did, I had put too much on. So, in the part where I said I made a boo-boo, not to listen to what I did on the beginning of this video, that one, the center had gotten too much Mod Podge, and that was the only part I was waiting for it to dry. So there you go. You apply it one way, you go the other way if you want, go back, and that's it. It's done. It's all coated. I'll just make sure on this side because it's the back side in a sense, and I don't know that I got it all. There you go. This side, I'm sure I got it. Might as well make sure. Right? Rather be safe than sorry. There we go. All right. I believe all sides are coated. And then you let it dry. If you don't do it too thick, maybe an hour. If you do it too thick, maybe 2 hours. Or you can do a bunch of these, put it all, like cover your dining room table. Do a bunch of these, put it all over the dining room table, go to bed, wake up in the morning, have your coffee, and then look at it and say, okay, what am I going to do with them today? Anyway, so that's that. All right, so I'm going to clean this up because we're not going to need it anymore. Oh, this stays here. This goes in the kitchen to be cleaned. I'll put it on my printer so it's ready to go. This I don't need anymore. That can go in the kitchen to be cleaned. All right. So the ones I did, oh, wait a minute, goes this way. All right, so the first one I did was this one. There's all kinds of wrinkles in it. This is all warped. We're going to iron it and see if we can fix it, because this looks ugly. This looks horrible. Like, it's so warped. And the same with this one. See, there's crinkles in it and it's warped. This one has crinkles. It's not, it's a little bit warped. It's not as bad. I think this is the one I did off camera. I think these are the two I did on camera. 1 and 2. This is the one where I did not Mod Podge the card. I only Mod Podge the napkin. This one I did both the card, then put the napkin on, and then Mod Podge the napkin. So this is the one we got to check after. And this one I did the same way. And this one I did the same way. And then I did this one while I was watching my own video. So this one, it has Mod Podge on it. If you can see, there's like lines from applying the Mod Podge. So we're going to put the napkin on this and then iron. Now this is the one we just did. And I've been yapping for what, 5 minutes? Look at that. This side's almost completely dry. This side still needs a little more time. So for me to say an hour, it's not far from the truth. You know, if you do it thin enough, maybe half hour. But you have to remember too, if you don't do it thick enough, the heat of the iron is not, it's not going to be enough glue here where the heat can attach the napkin to it, right? All right, so that's the board. Now to iron on, I have a wooden board, which, yeah, I know the heat's no good for wood, but my desktop iron stands pretty high and the camera won't go up. It'll go up a little bit, but not much. Oops, what did I just do? You know, it's more like slide that way and this way. It's not up and down kind of thing. I could stick something in the 3 legs because it has 3 legs. One of them is bolted to the shelf. If I put something in between, it could go up a little, but I just didn't want to deal with it. You know, you do what makes you happy. And once again, this is my mom's old iron. Oh, let's put the monitor down, the lid of the laptop, and my bar to plug it in is back there. I should have plugged it in sooner. Which side is the big? Oh, that bottom. I had it on the top. Okay. Okay, it's plugged in. And now we're going to put it on. That's high. Now let's go there. That's high. And that's low. 1 dot, 2 dot, 3 dot high. So I'm between 2 and 3. All right. What am I looking for? A napkin to iron onto the plain one. Did I not pull a napkin out? Where are my scraps? All right, these are my scraps. Oh, I guess I could put the top of the monitor up. All right. What do we want to put on that one? Whoop, not that one. That one. Oh, these are the ones we're ironing. So this one. What do we, this side's already shiny, so I don't want the sparkles. What do I want to put on this one? Do I do the black and white? Red. That's not bad. Purple. Ooh, this one kind of brightens it. I don't know. No, there's not enough there. The pink. No. This one. No. I really like the purple. I'm thinking the purple or the red. Okay, I'm down to purple or red, so let's just put this stuff away. There. All right, now let's check this out. Do we want the purple? That's quite nice because this is kind of a green, a gray green. And there's green in here, and purple is similar to gray. Purple and gray are supposed to go. So that might be nice. And then the red. That could go. Now let's go with the purple flowers. How many of you out there actually thought I would take the purple flowers? I didn't even know. But yeah, I like the purple flowers. All right, so now, remember, this is a side with the Mod Podge all dry. So we're going to put the napkin on top. Now, what did I do with my parchment paper? It's around here somewhere. Aha! Found it. Now, the reason for the parchment paper is to protect not only the iron, but also to protect the napkin, because you don't want anything to catch on fire. And with this ironing method, all you need is, it doesn't have to get really, really hot. Like I could probably have it on medium and just do it for, like 30 seconds more or something. You don't need extreme high heat. Mod Podge is going to melt pretty easily. And how we do? Yep, it's hot. And then we just iron it. You just want the Mod Podge to get the heat, which I guess Mod Podge melts with the heat. It liquefies. And then it attaches itself to whatever it's exposed to, which in this case is a napkin, and then they stick. Now, honestly, I don't know how long you got to do this. If you want to do it for a shorter amount of time and then just see what happens, you can do that. Ooh, did I not wait long enough for the Mod Podge to dry? Huh. It shows lines. Maybe you have to wait longer. I don't know. This didn't happen last time. Oh, did I have the Mod Podge on the back side? It stuck to the towel. All right. Well, what I'm going to do, if I can find my scissors. I'm not going to cut perfectly right now, but I am going to cut this part off. Just so that we don't have it hanging. Yeah, you see it has lines in it. Wondering if, like I said, I didn't let it sit long enough. Well, we're going to put that to the side, and at the end of the video, we'll have a look at it. So now we're going to do one of these. These are definitely dry. Maybe it was too much heat. I don't know. Oh, that's right. I have Mod Podge on the top, on this side, and this wanted to stick to it. That's right. I did Mod Podge on the top. Actually, you know what? It's not bad. If you have a look at it, it's not bad. Even the back is not bad. You know, if you wanted to make this the cover and fold it over, like when I do a big journal, I could fold this over, iron it down, and then just put like on all sides, and then just put a piece of material or paper over this, and it would turn out really nice. Yeah, it's not too bad now that it's been ironed. There is some glue on the side. Maybe do it between two layers. I'm going to try ironing it again between two layers. Because this is the way you do the faux leather, is this way. Oh, it's stuck to the parchment paper again. All right. That's not bad. Whoop. I gotta make room on that mat. That did not turn out bad. Let's do another one. I guess when you're doing it and you need to fix the cardboard that it's on, the cardstock, this actually helps to even out the cardstock. Like you're basically ironing the cardstock, not just the paper. See, the whole card is now flatter too. This is actually pretty nice. Look at that. All I have to do is fold it. All right then. Nice. See how warped it is? It's all like this would be horrible, right? Oh, and this is the one I only Mod Podged the one side. I did not Mod Podge the paper to the cardboard. So I'm not surprised if this one separates in some places. But let's see. Yeah, it did come up when I peeled it off. I guess we'll have to wait for it to cool to see the final results. It's not coming up though. But there is an air pocket, definitely an air pocket. Because when I pulled this up, the middle part came up a bit. So, see, you can see there's a crinkle when I fold it. See when it's flat? See that? When it's flat. And then when I fold it, see how it's crinkling here? I don't know if you can see that crinkle. So there is an air pocket in there. But we'll see how it turns out. Doesn't mean it won't turn out, right? Okay, now let's do, oh, this is the worst one. Like, look at this. This one I was fussing over too much. You just apply it and iron. And if it doesn't stick in certain parts, you just put a little of the art glitter glue or glue stick or something. I was fussing too much, which is what I do. All right, let's see if we can flatten this one out. And I went over it 4 times. Like, look at that. Look. That's so much straighter. Okay, I'm going to give this a little bit of time to cool down. And I'll trim off the edges. I'm going to try ironing this one again. And I'm going to trim off the edges on all of them. And then I'll come back to show you what the final results is. I just want to do this one more time. Just in case, see it didn't go away. It could be the type of cardstock it is too, because it's this shiny stuff. See how shiny? It's kind of glittery. So there might be some other material in it in order to make it look like that. And that could be what's doing this issue. Because it's not plain cardstock, right? It's a glittery cardstock, so... Or it didn't dry enough. But still, I don't think if it didn't dry enough that it would do that. But anyways, I will clean up and I'll be back. All right, so this is the final look, the final product. It looks like some of the booklets end up a little taller. Must have been when I know when I trimmed it, I got some of the cover. But yeah, I didn't realize it was that much of a difference, but that's okay. Some of these, when I folded it, it got a little bit worn look, but it's not drastic. It's just a little bit on this one here. The others seem to be okay. Just that one, it got a little bit damaged. Oh, here too, you could tell up here. It should be flat. That's okay. All right, so final look. This is the yellow one. Now, it does have some wrinkles, and it does have a texture. Ooh, I'll show you close up. See right here? There's some wrinkles. And it does have a texture to it. Now, the Mod Podge I have... It does say matte right there. It says matte. So it is a matte one. It's not shiny. But yeah, so there's that one. Now this is the one. Nope. Which is the one? Well, it must be the last one. Okay. So this is the pink one. Now this has a little glue on the edge. So I'm going to use it this way. Oh no, I can't, because look at the flower. Like this, it would look upside down. So this one, I have to use this side. Maybe I'll put a strip of washi or something. And this one ended up the same. It has a little bit of wrinkle. This is the one that's a little damaged. It's the purple. You know, on some of these... Like these that have just one color, basically. Or even this one kind of looks more vintage because of the brown. Kind of gives it the vintage look. They're not horrible. And of course, where the flower is, it doesn't show as much. Okay, now this is the one I believe. See, here's where the wrinkle is. Remember I said there was, when I took the parchment paper off, there was a bubble, an air pocket. Well, it left a wrinkle. You see that wrinkle right there? But yeah, it didn't turn out bad. So whether you do one layer of Mod Podge or you do a layer plus the tissue and then another layer like these, they all pretty much turn out the same. So if you're going to take this route, you might only do the one layer of Mod Podge because it's going to come out the same anyways, right? All right, so now for the one that I did the proper way, it still has those lines. So, you know, I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm going to use this as the cover because it's the solid color. I'm going to use this as the cover and the backing. And I will decorate the cover. And it'll just look like another layer, right? And I do think it's because of this. Because after all this, I took the other one that I did that was still wet, and I did like a patchwork. So I have the purple, the pink, and then the, see, this one shows the lines too. Here, not so much. It does show, but not as much. Here it shows a little bit the lines. I think that must be the spots that were the thicker Mod Podge. You know, when you went over it, it left some thicker spots. And it even shows up on this one. Can you see that? So I honestly think it's the type of cardstock it is. Just because it's that shiny metallic one. Maybe not metallic, but it's the shiny one. I think that's why. Maybe just use like this kind, like it's cardstock, but it had gold printed on it, right? But it was plain cardstock. It wasn't like metallic where the whole thing is metallic. It's like it's in the paper mix. When they created the paper, they put this sheen in it because there was a little bit on the inside too. But that's okay. You know what? That's layer one, right? This is layer one. So now we're going to build on it. So both of these, this is going to be the cover. And then with this one, I don't know. Maybe it'll be the, no, because it has this. So this will be the inside, and I'll just make a cover for it. But yeah, so there you go. There you have it. I'm not going to show you any more of the little mini journals. That'll be a surprise. I just wanted to do this for Courtney because, or Court 4362. Yeah, because you guys give me the ideas, and it actually helps me in deciding how I'm going to do these journals. And yeah, so I decided to take her comment as a spin-off and to implement it somehow. And so now I have some other ideas, and I have some new products that I'm going to be using, like embellishments. And I'll show it to you when I'm finished the journals. So now I got to put the pages, bind it, and do the covers, and then do pockets and stuff. And I will be back when I'm done doing these four. Maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, somewhere in there. All right, it's Friday today, so have a lovely weekend, everybody. Remember to do what makes you happy. And happy, party. And please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.